A very scenic part of southern Kentucky became a place for a tragedy as an 11-year-old drowns.
Today, prosecutors showed surveillance video from the night police say Alex Johnson was killed and dumped in the Kentucky River as the trial of the man charged with killing him continues.
Thousands of fans will have the opportunity to say goodbye to Muhammad Ali one last time. More on the demand for tickets coming up.
This is WKYT News at 5.
A swimming trip ended in tragedy after an 11-year-old boy drowned in southern Kentucky.
The child was on an outing to Big South Fork, Cumberland River in McCreary County yesterday with his family. Rescuers recovered his body this morning off of Worley Road in the Stearns community. WKYT's Phil Pendleton has more in our top story at 5.
A lot of the Big South Fork River is very shallow. You can see right through the water on the surface of the riverbank. But it's out further where the water that appears very tranquil can be quite dangerous. With recent rains, park rangers say the water can be 20 to 30 feet deep in places. It's there where 11-year-old Caden Allen may have drowned. He had been waiting in the waters with his family about 5 Monday when he disappeared.
On the surface, it can be quite deceptive.
Ranger Christopher Derman says the water is currents that can sweep you under. He says Caden was not an experienced swimmer. May have ventured out too far after at first wading in waist-high water.
Started swimming right behind me, right over here, and if you can see that rock that's highlighted by the sun, just downstream, right in that vicinity is where he was found.
Local, state, and federal agencies joined the search for him Monday. He was finally found about 11 o'clock Tuesday morning. His body was removed by the McCreary County coroner. The preliminary cause of death is drowning, but an autopsy was scheduled for Wednesday in Frankfort. In McCreary County, Phil Pendleton, WKYT.
Caden Allen was from Parkers Lake in McCreary County, but we're told that he had other relatives in Pulaski County.
Testimony continued today in a Lexington murder trial. Mark Taylor is accused of killing Alex Johnson, a UK chef, in December of 2013. And prosecutors say Johnson was killed over drugs and money. During testimony today, Johnson's girlfriend took the stand. WKYT's Victor Puente has the latest from Lexington.
There were a dozen witnesses who took the stand today, including Alex Johnson's sister and girlfriend. The prosecution also played surveillance video from the night he was killed. Robert Mark Taylor is charged with killing Alex Johnson and dumping his body into the Kentucky River. A second man, Timothy Ballard, was also charged in this case. He took a plea deal to kidnapping and tampering with physical evidence. Prosecutors say he told them Taylor killed Johnson over marijuana and money. Johnson's girlfriend testified that at one point he had almost $100,000 in cash at his apartment. She also said she heard Mark Taylor's voice the last time she spoke to Alex on December 20th of 2013.
And then I hear Mark Taylor say, "Hey buddy, come downstairs. I have a surprise for you."
Now, you knew Mark Taylor?
Yes.
You knew his voice?
Yes.
And are you sure the voice you heard was Mark Taylor?
Yes.
Okay.
Prosecutors showed surveillance video from that night taken at a garage Mark Taylor was renting. One of the videos showed a car they said belonged to Taylor with 2 men driving away. About an hour later they return, and then a pickup with a barrel in the back drives away. It then returns, but the barrel is gone. Johnson's body was found in a barrel in the Kentucky River in January of 2014. Prosecutors said this surveillance video from a few hours later shows Taylor and Ballard entering Trust Lounge just a few hours after Johnson was killed. As part of his plea deal, Ballard has agreed to testify against Taylor. Yesterday, Taylor's defense attorneys told jurors that Ballard gave multiple statements and they should listen very carefully to what he has to say. In Lexington, Victor Puente, WKYT.
Prosecutors also presented a shoe found on National Avenue as evidence. They say the matching shoe was on Alex Johnson when he was found in the Kentucky River.
It is another beautiful day here in the Bluegrass as we enjoy some fall-like temperatures before we head into a more summer-like feel. So what can we expect moving into the second half of the week? WKYT Chief Meteorologist Chris Bailey has an early look at your forecast.
I'll tell you what you can get for that middle of the week. What you see out there right now, which is a spectacular sky all across central and eastern Kentucky. Fair weather cumulus clouds dotting our skyline. Kind of looks like a painting, doesn't it? You look at some of those old westerns when you had that kind of fake background of a sky. That is what this reminds me of. This one, though, is real. 75 degrees in Lexington. Humidity at 40%. It is way down there. Winds are gusting up at times greater than 20 miles per hour. Current temperatures all across the land into the low and mid 70s. Southern Kentucky, that cooler air is on the way. Still here, it's upper 70s. You're going to complain about that. 73 cool spot in Moorhead. Defender Radar Network, forget about it locally. Though that front that made its way through here last night, early this morning, well off to our south and southeast. Gorgeous high pressure straight out of Canada, right on top of the Ohio Valley with that strong northwesterly wind that'll carry us for the next couple of days. So it feels like September. A little sizzle, though, coming for the weekend as summer begins to fight back, but storm chances will ramp up as well. Got an interesting little fight, guys, going on in the pattern over the next 7 days as the cool and the heat kind of battle it out. We'll show you what that means just ahead.
People wanting to pay their final respects to Muhammad Ali are beginning to arrive in Louisville. Kenneth Craig has the latest from there.
Larry Ferguson knew he had no time to waste when he heard free tickets would be handed out this morning for Thursday's Islamic prayer service honoring Muhammad Ali.
We just jumped in our truck and drove on up here.
His overnight trek from North Carolina paid off.
May I have 4, please? My hand's just a second.
Ferguson will be with about 14,000 other Ali fans in Louisville's Freedom Hall, all looking to say a final farewell to the boxing legend who was outspoken in and out of the ring.
Don't be surprised on nothing I do.
Not only can this venue accommodate thousands of fans, it was also the site of Ali's last fight in his hometown in 1961.
Ken Tarquinio says he actually met Ali when he was a young boy. He was at the Louisville exhibition match in 1976 when Ali asked him to come into the ring.
He picked me up and put his fist against my jaw and was telling me how great he was. It was incredible. I mean, it's definitely something at the time that I'll never forget.
Tarquinio and other fans will share another special moment Friday when they attend a 19-mile procession with Ali's body through the city streets ahead of the public memorial. Osmar Shabazz plans to be there too.
I get to get my last wave into him, my last goodbye.
It's part of a grand farewell for a hometown hero. Kenneth Craig, CBS News, Louisville, Kentucky.
And free tickets will be handed out tomorrow morning for Friday's memorial at the city's downtown arena.
3 people charged in connection to a murder went before a judge this morning. Our county-by-county coverage begins in Montgomery County. Natasha Martin, Cody Hall, and Nikki Miller are accused of robbing and killing Paul Brewer in 2011. They weren't arrested until last November. In court today, a judge set a bond hearing for next month. The judge is expected to set a trial date at that time. Brewer's family was in court for today's hearing. In Campbell County, a judge is expected to decide later this month whether Shayna Huber's murder conviction should be thrown out after a juror was found to be a convicted felon. Shayna Hubers is serving 40 years in prison for shooting 29-year-old Ryan Poston 6 times in 2012. One of the jurors who convicted her, Daniel Craig, pled guilty in 1992 to falling behind on child support. Craig said he didn't know the charge was a felony and acted in good faith filling out the questionnaire. Testimony is scheduled to take place June 20th in Campbell County. In Estill County, the Department of Alcoholic Beverage Control has shut down a moonshine still operation. Kentucky State Police discovered the working still while investigating an unrelated complaint on the property last week. 12 one-gallon containers of moonshine, a bag of empty jugs, and a record book were all confiscated. Ronald Ballou is facing multiple charges, including unlawfully manufacturing alcoholic beverages and trafficking alcoholic beverages in a dry county.
Well, the weather certainly fits. We're getting a little taste of football in June. The annual Governor's Cup luncheon taking place in Frankfort today. Both Louisville and UK looking forward to the big game later this season. Rob Bromley has more on what the coaches had to say.
Well, Sam, it is just the first week of June, but everyone was talking football today. The annual Governor's Cup luncheon in Frankfort, and Governor Matt Bevin on hand to welcome the head coaches. Kentucky and Louisville will play for the Cup November 26th at Papa John Stadium. Both Mark Stoops and Bobby Petrino looking for their teams to put in a lot of hard work this summer.
You know, what we need to strive for and what we need to do is continue to build the capacity to work at a high level all the time. I felt like we did that last spring. We had harder, spring practices. We did it in the winter. We had a harder winter than we've ever had, and we need to do that. We need to grow and we need to mature.
We finally have a lot of players coming back. I feel like we finished very strong. I was very impressed with our team and their preparation for the bowl game, and then how we went out and played against Texas A&M. And the good thing is the majority of that team is back with us.
Louisville has won the last 6 in the series, coming from behind to beat the Cats in Commonwealth Stadium last year, 38-24.
Thank you, Rob. And this will mark the 3rd year that the rivalry will be the final game of the season. We've reached the end of the line. The final 6 states get their say tonight in the presidential primaries. We'll have an update from the campaign trail coming up in about 11 minutes.
A new study suggests that women are more likely to suffer from anxiety than men. We'll have the details coming up in Better Living.
WKYT is putting the new back in late news with newer stories and more updates. So there's less repetition, which means no wasted time. WKYT News at 11. Newer, fresher, worth staying up for.
At Bryant Heating and Cooling, providing home comfort is our only priority.
That's why we're always here for you, and we never charge overtime. No hidden fees.
Because we know if you're calling on the weekend, something's wrong.
Call us anytime. We're here when you need us most.
Welcome to Toyota. When you're riding through the plant, you'll get a chance to see the robots, and you'll get a chance to see how everything kind of ties together. It's really like a symphony between people and machines. But when you look into the face of our team members, I think you'll see people that genuinely love what they do. They genuinely love their product. And I believe that translates into the phenomenal products that we make for each one of you as our customers.
Plan your free tour today at visittoyotaky.com.
Days like this are getting harder to find. We're long on life, but short on time. When I get a chance to kick back and unwind, I live for Myrtle Beach days. Myrtle Beach days got blue in the sky, not a care in the air, ocean breeze blowing by, just sitting on the sand, soaking up the sunshine. I live for Myrtle Beach days.
What's it worth to be there for birthdays? What's it worth to be there for recitals? What's it worth to be there for picnics and weddings and walks on the beach? Is it worth one phone call? Get checked for breast and cervical cancer. For more information on free screenings, call 1-844-249-0708.
You know that old saying, there's 1,000 ways to slice a grape? Well, tell Arby's about the other 999, because we're still stuck doing it this way. Every morning hand slicing grapes just for one seasonal sandwich. If Arby's does all this work for just one sandwich ingredient, imagine what kind of effort we put into the rest of them. I mean, is somebody back there cracking pecans? Arby's, we have the meat.
At Bryant Heating and Cooling, providing home comfort is our only priority.
That's why we're always here for you, and we never charge overtime. No hidden fees.
Because we know if you're calling on the weekend, something's wrong.
Call us anytime. We're here when you need us most.
Get WKYT news and weather updates on Mix 94.5. Now, your hour-by-hour forecast with Chief Meteorologist Chris Bailey.
Tuesday looking as good as Monday, except it's a little cooler and a little better. And you know what we're going to do tomorrow? We're going to be a little better and a little cooler than what we have out there now. Moral of the story, this week of weather is pretty darn good. We look outside right now. Let's not forget to enjoy the precious present, right? 9 live sky cams from I-65 all the way to the mountains of eastern Kentucky. Each and every stop showing that beautiful blue sky with a hint of some cumulus clouds out there that are not producing any kind of precipitation. Numbers now compared to 24 hours ago. It's 8 degrees colder in Lexington. Frankfort, 9 degrees colder, and that cool air continues to drop in from north to south across the entire area. 74 Lexington. Hello Danville. Hello Richmond. 77 your current thermometer. Look at Moorhead, 73. Cooler air still is to our north and working into the Bluegrass State over the next couple of days, at least the next 24 hours. Defender Radar Network, I've got nothing for a change across central and eastern Kentucky. How do we look into the day tomorrow? How about low 50s with a couple of upper 40s showing up? Lunchtime tomorrow, 67 degrees, sunshine. Into the afternoon, mix of sun and a few clouds, 70 to 75. Tomorrow evening, those numbers will drop into the mid-50s by 11 o'clock. So it feels like September tomorrow with those temperatures into the low 70s. Another fabulous day for Thursday. Nice temperatures will stick around. It will be a little warmer than what we have out there today and tomorrow. Friday, warmer air starts to fight back in. A little more humidity into the mix can lead to a thunderstorm or two on Friday. That's how you'll begin the weekend. Hour by hour forecast. Remember, every hour you get new data on this, so it updates every hour. Let's show you the latest version of this through 11 o'clock this evening. Upper 50s showing up. High 40s to low 50s to begin the day on Wednesday. Noontime tomorrow, 60s across all of central and eastern Kentucky. Mix of sun and clouds. Low 70s, maybe as good as it can get in some areas. That's a 69 showing up into Ashland tomorrow afternoon. Tomorrow evening, mid and upper 50s. Hello 40s to begin the day on Thursday. That's right, some pockets of 40s will show up Thursday morning into central and eastern Kentucky. Thursday afternoon, 75 to 80 into most areas. We'll notice an increase in some high clouds that will eventually spit out a thunderstorm or two to begin the day on Friday. This is as warmer air starts to fight in from the west. And right on top of that, we could set up a little band of some showers and storms as we go into the day on Friday. And that will kind of lead us into a pattern that can throw a 90 our way as we go toward the weekend. Steamy temperatures out there. Early next week, though, we could have a front that knocks the temperatures back down into the upper 70s or low 80s, at least for a day or two. And I see this pattern turning. Wait for it. Wait for it. Stormy again next week.
But I like that. A little bit of a sizzle, then we're going to cool it down and do it again. So it's not just so hot for so long that it's miserable.
I think that is a pattern we're going to lock into for a little while. I just don't see a hot pattern just totally taking over anytime soon.
All right, Chris, thanks.
You bet.
30 years of a Lexington family's memories up in flames. They're thankful they got out alive. We'll tell you about what they believe started the fire coming up.
And coming up on WKYT News at 5:30, the latest from Cincinnati, where the gorilla exhibit reopened today for the first time since a child fell into the enclosure.
When big news breaks, be the first to know. Download the WKYT News app and turn on push alerts. Breaking news at your fingertips when you need to know what's going on. Push alerts, now available on the WKYT News app.
Guys, our number's way! Yeah, wait. We can finally stop playing these wedding gigs and start rocking out! Hey, guys! What's going on? Lenny, I hope you got that ticket in the same place, bro! Yeah. Ticket?
The only way you can win Kentucky's Powerball or Mega Millions jackpot is if you actually buy your ticket.
All right, let's get Tim and Don on the dance floor. Whatever. Go.
Before contemplating the many choices on Steak & Shake's $4 menu, one must calm the mind in our Zen garden. Focus. The garlic double steak burger meal. Reflect. The taco salad meal. Zen. The original double and cheese steak burger meal.
Oh!
Download the new Steak & Shake Rewards app. Earn rewards every time you use it from Steak & Shake.
Why should you get a new 4th generation Toyota Prius? More dramatically styled, more dynamic performance, more MPG, more safety, more technology, more environmentally friendly. Every inch of the new Prius is designed to make a difference. Right now, lease a 2016 Prius for just $239 a month. Why Toyota Prius? Why not? Toyota, let's go places.
Hurt in a car accident?
We got you covered.
All I did was call.
Doesn't cost anything to call. All you do is call.
800-800-4600.
What are you waiting for? 800-800-4600.
Come on now.
Oh, I hope we have a buyer for the house.
Me too. What are the neighbors doing here?
Bill!
Hey!
I didn't know your home Wi-Fi could stream so many devices at the same time.
Dad, it's Time Warner Cable. 300 megs, crazy fast.
Dad, you can get Wi-Fi all over this place.
Cool.
Make your home as connected as possible. Get 50 meg internet with unlimited data for $39.99 per month and ask about free installation. Call 1-855-1TWC.
If you want to sell your house, you can call an ugly sign on the side of the road, or you can call a company with an A+ Better Business Bureau rating. My name is Brian Evans, and I've been buying houses in Lexington for over 10 years. I can give you cash today. Call me at 859-278-HELP or go to 278help.com.
Kentucky mornings start here. Breaking and overnight news, weather to plan your day, plus traffic you can take with you. Make WKYT This Morning part of your Kentucky morning. Weekdays from 4:30 to 7 on WKYT. Keep up with the latest news on WKYT.com. Join the conversation on Twitter and become a part of the WKYT Facebook family.
A Lexington family lost everything today after a fire destroyed their home, but they say they're just thankful they were able to get out.
WKYT Sean Moody talked to the homeowners about what they believe started that fire.
I talked with the husband and wife who own this house. The man said they've lived here for about 30 years or so. He says he tried to do what he could to get the flames out, but he just couldn't.
It's tough to see memories that have built up for so long
30 years.
Go up in flames.
Long time. Been there for 30 years, yep.
Jerry Jackson and his wife Chantel were in the back room when the fire alarm started going off.
I came in and I seen the flames coming from behind the couch.
He and Chantel got out of the house. Firefighters got here shortly after and put out the flames, but there's damage throughout. Jerry said there's not much in there they can save.
We're just gonna start all over. That's basically what it is.
He thinks the whole thing started with a candle sitting near a window.
We had the windows open, I think it blew, and that's how it caught onto the couch.
Now he's grateful for anyone who can help.
I got good support system, neighbors and family, so I'll never go without, so that's a good thing.
The family's also getting help from the American Red Cross. In Lexington, Sean Moody, WKYT.
Firefighters said the flames were contained to one room in the attic, but there was smoke and heat damage throughout.
We've reached the end of the trail, at least for big primary nights. 6 states have their say today, and this year, these final states are perhaps just as important as the first ones. The 2016 class of White House hopefuls once approached 24 people. The GOP is now down to 1, but Democrats Hillary Clinton and Bernie Sanders still fighting to the finish. As of last night, the delegate and superdelegate tallies finally added up to a nomination for Clinton. But Sanders is urging superdelegates to switch sides, arguing that he's a stronger candidate to take on Donald Trump. Organizers of this summer's Olympic Games in Rio are trying to calm fears about the Zika virus. At a news conference earlier today, organizers said the Games will go on as scheduled on August 5th. They told reporters that it will not be the height of mosquito season, bringing the risk to nearly zero. Organizers add there have been no cases of Zika among the 17,000 athletes, volunteers, and staff during recent events. Man wanted for murder in Pennsylvania arrested in Clark County. Coming up on WKYT News at 5:30, we'll explain how police caught the man who's now accused of dragging a Winchester officer.
A popular luxury fashion retailer is making some cuts, and as the temperatures rise, so does your risk of catching Lyme disease. What you should do if you suspect you have it, coming up on Better Living.
Get WKYT news and weather updates on 100.1 WKQQ.
Clients come into the office. The government has said, no, I don't believe you. You're not disabled.
The major problem with Social Security disability is that most people who sign up are denied at the initial level. If your claim's denied, don't give up. Call us immediately. We'll appeal your case.
We can do an effective job of representing you that will get you the benefits that you deserve.
Call Morgan, Collins, and Yeast, 1-800-55-WILDCAT.
Zero, nada, nothing.
2 days only, zero. That's right, 0% bank financing on every used vehicle in stock.
Before you buy at any other sales event, come to Frankfort Toyota. For a limited time, we have all the hottest sellers at rock bottom prices and 0%.
We've got professional appraisers competing for your trade-in.
That's 0% financing with no hidden fees.
For 2 days only, the 0% bank sales event at Frankfort Toyota.
At Baptist Health, we want you to know the facts. Visit BaptistHealthDocs.com to view a video of neonatologist Tanya Reed and learn more about our new North Tower. Baptist Health Lexington. Be a healthier you.
If you have a business dispute, the consultation is free and you don't pay us unless we're successful for you. Morgan & Morgan, for the people.
He's been turned down. Commence operation. Hey! You need a car.
I got turned down for credit.
Turned down for what?
For credit.
Sorry, earwax. Turned down for what?
Credit.
Drive time won't turn you down, regardless of credit.
Cool.
Save yourself. Get approved at Drive Time First. Call, click, or visit.
Greatness isn't about creating one masterpiece and calling it a day. It's about challenging yourself to create a masterpiece every time. Come celebrate a half-century of innovations at the Kawasaki Golden Anniversary Sales Event. Save up to $2,500 plus 0% financing on select models at participating dealers. Visit Kawasaki.com to find a dealer near you.
Visit JVM Motorsports in Harrodsburg the weekend of June 11th to test drive a new Kawasaki.
I had just gotten out of high school. My father had passed away, and I kind of decided then that I wanted to be in the medical field. And one of my friends attended Spencerian that I worked with. I was working 2 jobs at the time. I work with 7 other people in the laboratory that have actually graduated from Spencerian. I think it all comes back to the fact that all the instructors here have that experience and they prepare us so well. Things can change for the better, and Spencerian College will help that change.
Stay connected to the news that matters to you. Follow WKYT on Twitter.
It is time now for Better Living, health, education, and consumer news that impacts your life. Summer is a great time to enjoy the outdoors, but medical experts say to be on the lookout for ticks that can carry a nasty disease. Jeremy Roth tells us what you should do if you suspect you have Lyme disease.
As you head outside for the warm weather, keep Lyme disease prevention in mind. Although the illness is most prevalent in northeastern states, research has shown it is spreading. The ticks that carry Lyme disease are about the size of a poppy seed, so they're tough to spot. If you've been walking in the woods or tall grass, or perhaps working in a garden, experts recommend conducting a full-body check afterwards. They add the best place to do that is in the bath or shower without the clothes that could have been carrying ticks as well. If you spot a tick under your skin, remove it with fine-tipped tweezers, pulling upward with steady pressure. Make sure you get any parts of the tick that remain in the skin, and then clean the bite area with rubbing alcohol or soap and water. Early symptoms for the illness are similar to that of the flu: fever, chills, headache, and joint aches. If you think you have Lyme disease, go see a doctor who can prescribe antibiotics to treat it. A full recovery is likely if the illness is caught early. For today's Health Minute, I'm Jeremy Roth.
A new study suggests that women are more likely to suffer from anxiety than men. In a recent report, researchers found women were more than twice as likely to suffer from an anxiety disorder than men. And while they don't know why women seem to be more prone to it, the authors of the study believe it may be related to differences in brain chemistry. Experts say more research is needed to help figure out why these anxiety issues differ between men and women. Some tough times for Ralph Lauren. The luxury fashion retailer says it plans to cut jobs and close stores as part of a sweeping plan to lower costs and revive sales. The company says it hopes to reduce the time it takes to manufacture its products. The company currently has about 493 retail stores and 26,000 employees. Ralph Lauren did not say how many employees would lose their jobs or how many stores would be closed. American Airlines is changing its frequent flyer program. Starting August 1st, flights marketed by American will earn reward miles based on the price of the ticket purchased. Elite members will earn even more miles based on their status level. And then, beginning in 2017, frequent flyers will have to spend a certain amount of money on top of the miles they fly to earn elite status. Now, here's what's coming up for you at 5:30.